I've always hated running. I forced myself to do it when I was trying to lose weight in 2013, but I never really liked it. That was until I started again 5 months ago, and it changed my life completely. I never thought I would love running. Swimming had always been my sport, but there's so many barriers to go swimming. You have to pay, you have to actually get to the pool, and if the lanes are really full, you can't really swim well. All of that made it so that I went swimming less and less often. And that's why running was always so appealing to me. You just strap on your shoes, put on your music, and step out the door. But whenever I went running in the past, I hated doing it. Either I didn't prepare myself enough or I overdid it. But every time I tried to start running, it would end after a week or two with an injury or pain in my knees. So what was different this time? I had just spent my first year in Finland, where I was very isolated. I spent most of my time inside, depressed and lonely. I was gaining weight again, and I was just not feeling like myself anymore. I was in a rut, not just physically, but professionally and emotionally too. So in January of this year, when I decided to pick up running again, I wanted to do it right. I started really slow. I would walk 3 to 5 kilometers every day in a quick pace to build up my condition, strengthen my knees, and get into the habit of going out every day. Finally, in August, I went for my first run, and I actually ran 5 kilometers. This was something that I had never thought I would have been able to do. I had a 7-minute, 17-second pace, but it didn't matter. I did it. I challenged myself to do something, and I worked towards it little by little over many, many days. I didn't even realize it at the time, but I was priming myself for other changes in my life. The little things I did every day accumulated over time, and I was able to achieve something that I thought was never possible. Running showed me that you can do more than you thought was possible. When I was swimming competitively, we would joke that swimmers were just built different. We can't run. So I just kind of went with that. I let this myth, this idea that someone had, dictate my life because it was more comfortable to accept it. And then every time I tried to run and it ended in an injury or knee pain, I just told myself, well, I'm not supposed to. My body's made for swimming. So instead of learning from my failures and trying to figure out what I did wrong when I started running, I let myself get pulled back into my comfort zone full of excuses. So now I make sure to warm up before and stretch after every run. I used the information at my disposal to learn how to run better, how to train my knees, and prevent injuries, so that I can do what I set out to do. By taking my time and doing the research and working hard, I was able to go way past this once unthinkable goal of mine, and I actually managed to run 10K. Now, if I can become a runner and make running into something that I really look forward to, can't I use the same methods on the rest of my life? Being a freelance filmmaker is tough, especially when you've just moved to a new country where you have no network to speak of. But by taking these lessons that I've learned from running and applying them to my work, I can change my career trajectory. Now, every day, I am working on something, either for this challenge, for a client, for a friend, or for myself. I'm doing these little things to keep the ball rolling so that when a 5K of a project comes up, I'm up for the challenge. But I have to say that I also learned that just showing up is not enough. I've been running 5Ks almost every other day. It's been about 4 months now, and I'm stuck at 30 minutes. Once I managed to go under 30 minutes, just once, and barely. My first 5K took 37 minutes. After 4 weeks, I hit 30 minutes and I've been stuck there ever since. Why? Because I just show up. I do my 5K every other day, or 3K if I'm feeling sore, and I don't really do anything else outside of that. I don't want to plateau. I want to get better, and that requires effort in running and life. So instead of just going for a run, I need to plan my runs more. High intensity interval training on a Monday, a slow run on a Wednesday, and a long run on a Friday, for example. Training with purpose. Similarly, you can't just show up to life and expect things to go your way. You need to be living with purpose. The best way to do that is with goals. I don't really have a goal with running except to go running. So I need a concrete goal, something to strive for. What was that? Anyway, the same goes for life. You need goals to strive for. Otherwise, you're living life without purpose and you'll end up just showing up. Or worse, doing nothing, like I did last year. The final way that running has changed my life is in confidence. Last year, I had very few, if any, wins in my life. So it was hard to be confident in my skills or even in who I was. Running was a simple and easy way for me to achieve something every single time I walked out that door. And honestly, it already started with the walking. Every run to me is a win, even if it was a bad run. Showing myself that I can go out regularly and do this thing that's really hard has given me so much confidence in myself. Now, I'm no longer a guy who sits around in his apartment alone and depressed. Now I'm a guy who goes out and gets things done. I exercise, I meet people, I try new things, I step out of my comfort zone, and I'm feeling more and more like myself again. Running has taught me to believe in myself. Boy, that sounds really dramatic. It proved to me that I am capable of so much more than I ever thought. And that belief has seeped into every aspect of my life. Now, you don't have to go out and become a runner just to learn these lessons. That's just what worked for me. But I hope you can get something out of this. All it takes is a little work every day. Thanks for watching. Peace. All right. Oh man, I really need to get through that 30-minute barrier. Should probably just set a goal or something. I don't really know.